Y'all, I keep seeing stuff on social media about Taylor Swift's new album Lover, and I just want y'all to know that I pre-ordered that album. The reason I did that is because I bought the three previous albums by Taylor. First I bought 1989, and then when Reputation was being I guess marketed and advertised, I decided, you know what? Everyone loves Red, so I guess I would like it too. So when I first got Red, I heard of like the first couple of songs and I turned that shit off. I was like, fuck, buyer's remorse. I hate this album. And I didn't really listen to it. Then when Reputation came out and Look What You Made Me Do was the lead, and I was like, this song is bogus. Hopefully the rest of the album is pretty good because I did get to preview some of the other songs and I Did Something Bad. I love that song. Don't Blame Me is I think my best or like not my best, my favorite song by Taylor Swift. Uh and I just like, most of Reputation. So I eventually went back to Red and I re-listened to I had to force myself to listen to the album. And I usually don't like doing that, but I did it anyway. And I was like, you know what? I actually like this album. There are quite a few songs, not just the ones that made it to the radio, but other songs on the album that I really, really enjoy. So it's a good album. There are actually quite a few times when I would be like, okay, if I'm gonna listen to Taylor Swift, I want to listen to this song, and it's most likely from Red. I feel like Red is, when it comes to subject matters, um, the most diverse, the most fun. 1989, though it's like a rebirth of sorts because she goes from country to pop. A lot of it's boy centered, it's boy focused. There are a few songs that are not. Um, and I don't care. Reputation though, I can get down with a lot of those songs simply because it's more like mature, love focused, and then it's about, of course, your reputation, about how people view you, and it's something that many people can relate to. I can relate to it. I'm pretty sure many of you can too. So that's why I like Reputation. I was like, if I liked those three albums, I would love Lover. I liked Me. I liked You Need to Calm Down. So I pre-ordered it like a dumbass. And The Archer came out, and then Lover came out. But I told myself I'm not going to listen to those songs yet, simply because I have this way of when I get a new album that I really enjoy, I will overplay it and just get tired of the entire thing. And I didn't want to do that to four of the songs that were coming out from this 18 track album because I don't want to have to skip four songs after hearing them for so long. Well, I waited for the entire album to come out, and boy, oh boy, was I disappointed. At at the beginning, when I've heard, like, I can't even tell you what the Archer is about because it's just so boring to me. Um, but Lover, personally, having studied media and having studied gender in social institutions, I feel like Lover is a very problematic song. And it's just something that I was not expecting from her. For this to be her lead single and the title of the album, I was so confused because I feel like it didn't belong. It's not a Taylor Swift song. I understand that she's in a happy relationship right now, but at the same time, that song is just so problematic. If you listen to Lover in its entirety and you understand, sort of what she's talking about, you're going to think to yourself, why is she acting like that? Why is she saying that? If you had a friend who was so, I'm just going to say obsessed with someone and is so insecure that she's asking him, can I go where you go? And she's around other men. And when he's around other men, or sorry, when he's around other women, she's got to act all defensive because she's under the impression that every girl seems to want her man. That's a problem. And if you're confused by what I'm saying, listen to Lover again and you'll understand, hopefully, because the singer, in this case Taylor, is pretty much asking permission to be in love with this person. And it's like he is leagues ahead of her and she's far behind. And it's super problematic because it just shows this whole imbalance of power where she's practically begging to be with him. He's not putting in any work whatsoever. And that to me seems wrong. For that to be her lead track, that to me just blows my mind. That not lead track, but like the title of her album. It blows my mind. A lot of people were like, "Oh, this is a really great album," but for me, it's very juvenile. It's a huge regression back to high school, and I mean that literally because a lot of the songs have to deal with like high school situations. High school for me was 10 years ago. I don't I don't care anymore. To go from Reputation, which was so mature, it's probably her most sexual album, and I use that loosely because it wasn't very sexual at all. Maybe sensual is a better word. To like Miss Americana and the I keep wanting to say Half Blood Prince, but it's the Heartbreak Prince. She knew what she did there when she named that fucking song. Anyway, uh, I don't know. It's just I'm not there for it. From a standalone like song, Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, I think it's a pretty good song. But coming from who it's coming from, I don't really care for it, if that makes sense. And people are like, you're going to be like, oh, well, you're trashing Taylor. No, I'm not trashing Taylor. I just wish she would evolve because she was able to go from country to pop, yet the messages that she's sending are the same. Beyonce, Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, Pink were all able to change their message based on what's going on in their life. I'm not sure if you've heard Pink's latest album, It Hurts to Be Human. Listen to that album versus some of the stuff that she's put out before. Totally different. Listen to Beyonce from Dangerously in Love to Lemonade. Completely different. From fucking Lady Gaga, you have art pop, then you have Joanne. You have poppy bullshit, which poppy bullshit. I love that album, but it's poppy bullshit to meaningful art. And people didn't like Joanne because it wasn't poppy bullshit. But those songs held messages. It let people know what was going on in her life and how Lady Gaga, aka Stephanie, actually felt. I don't feel like Taylor Swift is actually genuinely showing us how she feels right now. She's in love. She's in a stable relationship that's going great. Cool. But that's not really what this album is about. You have The Man, doesn't belong on this album. The Man is probably her most feminist song ever. And it makes no sense that it's on Lover. Listen to The Man. Listen to what that song is saying. Does it actually belong on Lover? Delicate and The Man should be switched. So It Goes and You Need to Calm Down should be switched from Reputation. Those two songs from Reputation and those two songs from Lover, if you were to flip them, would probably make the albums a lot better, in my opinion. Because I feel like she's got a lot of gems on Reputation and not very much on Lover. The messages are either juvenile or problematic or just something we've heard already. I don't like Lover. I'm sorry. Hopefully, in 2 years' time, we will get some better Taylor Swift. But for me, this album wasn't it. Sorry. Not sorry.